It is Mariana. You're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation. Keep watching. Bye.
So yeah,
Hey,
man.
what were you guys' opinions on the Davis fight, the Davis and Pedraza?
Hey, you know what, man? I think Gervonta Davis. I think his speed. I think his angles. I think people are underestimating his boxing ability. Some people are saying he's just kind of an aggressive, power puncher type Floyd Mayweather, but he can box as well. He has an extensive amateur pedigree. Pedraza, he actually reminds me of a little bit of a James Degale because he has long arms. He has long arms. He fights with those long arms. He fights in the southpaw position like James Degale does for the most part. And I was even thinking about a little bit of Kelly Pavlik when I was watching him, just because he's real long. He's really long. He doesn't have a lot of speed. He's the type of person, that will work on you, kind of like a workman, he's not like an extremely athletic type of natural athletic type of fighter with speed is what I'm basically trying to say. So I'm going with Gervonta in that fight, man. I think Gervonta, he may possibly knock him out. I think he's going to be comfortable, but I'm so happy. I don't agree with the caller that, they trying to microwave Gervonta. I think he's ready for this step up. Yeah, I think he's ready for this step up. I mean, he's been, of course, blowing, lesser opposition out of the water. It's time for him to step up. It's time for and Jose Pedraza is not, Andre Ward. He ain't a Lomachenko or someone like that. So he's this is just as big of a test for Jose as it is for Gervonta Davis. So I'm going with Gervonta. What about you guys?
I'll say this. I've never seen Pedraza fight. I don't know, but I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Algieri to Spence. If he don't have nothing to keep Tank off his ass with, he's probably gonna stop him.
Yeah.
So that's how I see that fight going. I've never seen him fight though. I follow him a little bit about him. Say he's a boxer, kind of box got some skills. But I like Tank. I think he can fight. I think he can box. I think he has speed. I think he's probably gonna stop this dude.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. Even though I've never seen a dude fight.
Yeah, I mean, Gervonta is an exciting fighter to watch.
Yes,
I can't wait to watch him. Every time I watch him, he's really, really impressive. Like I said, a Floyd Mayweather type of style, but with tremendous power. I mean, when he let them
fight in person, he got this dude with an uppercut.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
on the dude was on his knees, like he
lead uppercuts. If it's the same fight, Miss Boxing Baby, I'm thinking about. I remember this guy. He was pretty tough. It was a Mexican fighter.
Yep.
He was pretty tough. He lasted, about 6, 7, 8 rounds or whatever.
About
but
6 rounds, yep.
He kept coming in. He was going under a lot of Gervonta's punches, and I had even said it. I said, man, he opened for an uppercut because Gervonta was trying to throw a lot of shots up top, but the dude was slipping him because he kept coming in with his head down. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Gervonta timed. He timed him coming in. Gervonta took a quick step back and timed him with that uppercut, and it was night. It was nighty night. Sleep tight.
It was.
So yeah, man. So
special. I like him so far.
I like that card, man. I like that card. That's a real good card. I mean, once again, like I said, Degale-Jack is the Cinderella man right now. Everybody he's faced, he was the underdog. So, and this is going to be the toughest fight for him. I mean, all I can say is, you would have to slightly lean towards James Degale. I mean, I hope Degale-Jack pulls it off, but you would kind of have to lean towards Degale. Now, one thing I did notice is in Degale's last fight, was it against Porky Medina? I think it was Porky Medina. Porky Medina had him on the ropes a lot. And Degale, he did look vulnerable. He looked like he was uncomfortable on the ropes. So if Degale-Jack is able to apply a lot of pressure, if he's able to, because he's not really, but Degale-Jack is not really that type of fighter. Even though he's aggressive, he's more of a thinker type of aggressive fighter. He ain't the type of person to overwhelm you with, body shots, head shots. He's more of a person trying to time you with power shots. But I think if he just jumped on James Degale to where Degale couldn't breathe, you know, that would be Badu-Jack his best chance in that fight. So that's pretty much how I see that fight. So who are you guys picking when it comes to that fight, Badu versus James Degale?
I'm gonna go with. I lean towards Degale just because I think he has more versatility style wise, and I'm rooting for Jack though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I love his story. You know what? He's improved. We've seen progression with him as a fighter over his over these fights against Darrell, against George Groves. I mean, he's made improvements. He got robbed against Butte.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned earlier, I think he has to be in Degale's chest and have him against the ropes for the most part if he wants to win, even though that's not necessarily his style. But I do favor Degale. I think he's a little bit faster, has a little bit more punching power. He can switch from southpaw to orthodox, can move around the ring really well, has good footwork. I think he'll do just enough to edge it out 7-5.
And Kelvin in the comment section, he said, did Jack look better against Butte than Degale did? Do you guys think that makes a difference at all?
No.
Nah, it's different styles.
Yeah, styles make fights.
I think he looked real good against Andre. What's his name? Anthony Darrell. That's actually when I really noticed that he could fight.
Yeah.
That fight. I want him to win.
Yeah.
But
he
know what it is. He's awkward. Not that he's super talented. He's very awkward. And
yeah.
I'm a root for Jack. I'm hoping that he pull it out.
Absolutely.
PMP, baby. No, I'm playing. Tell me everybody mad.
There we go. Oh, yeah. You better don't check your mailbox for at least a good week, you know. Anyway.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.